What's going on, guys? Crypto Jeremy here, back with XRP video. Hope you guys had a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for changing another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about XRP, price action, technical analysis, all that good stuff. If you guys enjoy this video, which I know you will, right now, for the XRP community, smash the like button. Let's hit 300 likes on today's video. If the like number is not 300, smash the like button. Let's get straight into it. So technical analysis, guys, massive confirmation bias technical analysis right here. Look at this fib retracement. We are testing this level consistently. It's the third time we've tested here. We tried to break it and we've wicked. So 37 cents. This is crucial. I always say technical analysis confirmation bias. It's useless. Doesn't mean anything. But when you see a pattern that has this much precision and consistency, you are pretty much, it gives you an edge. It gives you a little edge. And so now we know that this is obviously a resistance level, but not just because, it's a resistance level because a lot of sell pressure. In the macro trend this is a daily candle, by the way. So in like the, 2-month, 3-month time frame, it's a massive resistance. So if we break that, I would not be surprised to see 40 cents real quick. So that's what I'm bullish on for sure. Also, there's another thing that another channel that we need to break out of to become extremely bullish here. This is all short-term stuff, guys. I'm going to talk about towards the end of the video, I'm going to talk about my longer term, my like month to year prediction and what I'm thinking about the macroeconomic state of the world and how that will influence XRP. But for now, we do have this very interesting shift pitchfork that I'm going to draw here, which is another interesting perspective. So let's make it perfect right here. It's all perfect. You'll notice here as well, we just got rejected by this channel earlier today. And we did confirm there the wick. So this is also an interesting channel to use, low, high, low. That's usually how you use, the shift pitchfork. All interesting stuff for sure. So make sure to, check this stuff out. So I want to talk about a very interesting thing. So the Ripple execs continue to voice the SEC's overreach and lack of rule clarity for the crypto market. XRP or crypto mark, XRP, whatever. A settlement is nowhere close to, methinks. This is pretty obvious, guys. So anyone who's speculating on the lawsuit, just sit down, grab some coffee, grab, some water, grab some popcorn, and just relax, okay? Nothing's going to happen in the near future. This is a long-term thing. This obviously litigation like this takes forever, and they're making it, like that on purpose. Just wait, no predictions, just ignore that. Focus on the price, focus on the good accumulation zones and the sell zones, focus on the trading, focus on making profits in the long term or in the short term and accumulating for the long term. That should be your main priority. Look at the SEC lawsuit is absolutely useless, okay? The day, there's some sort of conclusion to this, we will know about it and you will hear about it and you'll be able to plan accordingly. So, everyone's talking about this. So look at this. Remember when banks were all claiming crypto was just hype and would not amount to anything? Now they're all jumping into it. This is something I've been talking about for a while, and I think it's never been more apparent. I saw this video, and this guy was talking about the fact that banks, institutions will create this FUD in the media, force retail to dump, and then accumulate their bags. And there has been a lot of institutional buyers who have been continuing to, buy crypto over the past, few months. In fact, if we look at let's look at ETH, which has been doing very, very well. If we look at ETH, for example, this rally right here, if we look historically, it always seems to rally the same way after a dump. In fact, it always seems to have the same sort of incremental, right? The same percentage gains every single dump. You can compare it here, for example, here, for example, here, for example. The candlesticks are always very similar. Why does this happen? This happens because there's good levels of, this is where it reaches a even level of buy and sell pressure, and then the sell pressure gets dwindled out. And so if you look at Bitcoin, for example, you're not going to see that same thing. If you look at Bitcoin, you're not going to see the same type of movement. You'll notice that, for example, now our pump is way less than it was during the ETH pump, or this one right here, the rally after the bottom. And that is because, in my opinion, this is all speculation, guys. I think that ETH is on the radar because of the merge, because institutions are realizing that Bitcoin is absolutely useless. And I think XRP, if it were not hindered, you see it's looking more like Bitcoin. If it were not hindered by the SEC lawsuit, I think XRP would be following ETH. And so I just think, ignore the prices, guys. I think in the macro, institutions use FUD as a vehicle to accumulate at cheaper levels because they missed out on the run at the beginning, right? They missed out on the run in between 2012 and 2012 to 2017. And so just hype. Like, it's true. You could see with Visa, you can see with Goldman Sachs, you can see with all these companies, some of which are banks. Obviously, Visa's not a bank; it's a payment processing company. You get the point. These companies are really FOMOing in. A lot of quote unquote smart money is struggling to navigate the crypto space, other than acquiring companies and having equity in crypto companies. That's kind of the technique they're using because it's so hard to manipulate this market compared to a normal market, because of the financial instruments that are at their disposal. So it's a very different type of market manipulation that the banks are doing. But Ripple in itself, a lot of people hate on Ripple because they say it works with the banks, but that's what you got to do, man. That's, you got to play smart, work smart, not hard. And I think that Ripple is, hyper focused on the right things. So that's pretty much this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think that we're currently just having a relief rally, macroeconomics. Okay. So, the gas prices are dropping, right? The basket of goods inflation, I'm predicting that the inflation will be lower than 9% next on August 10th or whenever it's released, the numbers. I think it will be lower just because that the basket of goods that is being used to measure this inflation is not actually realistic. People talk about real inflation versus, the inflation that's public or publicized and talked about. I think that this is a lot of, so I saw also there's another video about someone talking about, I think this was on, can't remember where it was, I don't think, maybe TikTok or some, usually I was searching videos. Most of the videos are pretty bad on TikTok as well as YouTube Shorts, but you can get some gems in there. And this guy was very interesting. He was talking about market makers, starting to buy this, trying to buy, these cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, whatever it may be, at this time, because they think that the fear of the recession, which is we're currently in right now, is already priced in. And so, because there's not any real economic issues with the United States, other than the GDP was growth was negative today, but it wasn't like a 3% negative, right? It was relatively small percentage negative. So I'm kind of getting a little lost here, but what I'm trying to say is that the macroeconomic in the US at least, the macroeconomic situation that we're currently in is not as dire as we are being told. And I know a lot of you guys are probably people who are very libertarian and believe in doomsday scenarios, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I personally would not fear it that much until unemployment starts spiking, until those types of things start happening. We are currently just in a paper recession. And inflation, the Fed is raising rates ridiculously high, and we're already reaching, mortgages are at 7% as well, which isn't even the Fed controlling those, directly at least. So we're the goal here, I think what's going to happen is going to be stagflation. I don't think inflation, we're not going to be, it being a state of hyperinflation. There's too much stimulation of the economy and raised interest rates for that to happen. Once again, I know a good amount about, economics, but I'm not an economist. That's not my degree. But regardless, the point I'm trying to make is that I think we're already priced in for the near future, and we're going to have to wait a few more months to see maybe another downward spiral, right, of cryptocurrency. I think that this is the local bottom, and we'll probably have to wait a few months for it to, potentially drop lower. But I'm bullish in the meantime. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button. Let's hit 300 likes. If you guys are still watching right now, if you're still watching, 10 minutes into the video, make sure to comment down below. Just say still watching, so I can thank you personally with it, I can respond. I really appreciate any one of you guys who is still watching right now, because it means you enjoy the content. Kind of rambling this video, don't have much to talk about, but I wanted to make a video regardless. Just sharing my thoughts. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, as usual, peace.